I'm going to read you a horrifying story from the Alliance of American Football. So after week 1 of the Alliance of American Football, apparently the league was having trouble paying its employees, and its employees being players, guys who play on the football field. Apparently they were dangerously close to missing payroll for the players. Now the problem was solved. Here's what happened. The owner of the Carolina Hurricanes, Tom Dundon, stepped in and made a $250 million investment in the Alliance of American Football. As a result, because of the money he gave, he was immediately made the chairman of the Alliance of American Football, Tom Dundon. Now, this is horrifying. This is not an encouraging story I want to hear as a fan of the Alliance of American Football. I don't care that they were saved. It's really, really good. I'm very glad that the league I love was saved. But the fact that things got so close to collapsing, just it's not good. It's very scary. Living paycheck to paycheck when you're a college student makes sense. When you're a business, a giant organization with 8 franchises, and oh man, the fact that they came dangerously close to being able to even pay their players already after 1 week, that puts just a severely bad taste in my mouth. One I just don't feel good about at all. Now, it's worth noting, my first question when I heard, $250 million. How much is that? Actually, I know it's a ton of money, more than I'll ever have in my life. But is it actually is it actually enough money to help their league? Is it, how far will it go? Is it enough to fulfill paychecks for the entire season? Maybe. The truth is, I did my research. I have no idea. And nobody seems to know. Nobody seems to understand. Maybe it's assumed it's a ton of money. I don't know. I did the math, and so this is not wrong. The math I'm about to share with you is completely wrong, but it's close. It's ballpark, I think. And so I want to share with you the numbers I found. So every single player in the Alliance of American Football, if every player makes $80,000, there are 50 players in every single franchise. So 80,000 times 50 is $4 million, which means that every franchise is about $4 million in salary owed to every player. And 4 million times 8 is 32 million. I'll add another 3 million to that. So it costs somewhere in the ballpark of 30 to 40 million dollars. It's probably 35, 37 million dollars to pay every single player in the Alliance of American Football for 1 season. Not to mention, though, bonuses, which adds to that number significantly. Plus, you got to pay the referees, you got to pay the medical staff, you got to pay coaches, you got to pay the front office employees. The point is this: running a league is super, super expensive. And I genuinely ask, is $250 million a lot of money? I have no idea. I don't think so. I will be. I'm very honest. Look, I don't know. But it does scare me. So Tom Dundon, the Alliance of American Football savior, the savior investor, the guy who's now the new chairman of the AAF, for perspective, he paid $250 million to save the league. For one franchise, to buy the Carolina Hurricanes, he paid $420 million to buy the Carolina Hurricanes in January 2018. So I think my guess is, my very limited guess, look, again, a guess. I have no idea. I will not pretend I don't know any numbers, but my guess is he saw the Alliance of American Football as a relatively cheap investment. He said, maybe I'll get my money back. We have a chance to build something. But more importantly, I think it's clear the Alliance of American Football needs to make money. They better be a profitable business, because you can't keep having guys come in and give a ton of money and just save the deal. You got to make money, which means people need to watch on TV. They need to sell ads. They need to sell merchandise. They need to get people in the stands. I don't know what the biggest revenue source for a league is. Again, I think it's television deals. You got to get people watching on television. I know that I work for sports networks. Fox Sports makes a ton of money. They pay really well. I don't know, however, if the Alliance of American Football can create a self-sustaining business model. That's my fear. That's what scares me. This story just makes me incredibly uneasy. The fact they needed $250 million to be saved, the reason why I'm scared is mostly because of my financial illiteracy. I don't know. I can't tell you what $250 million means. I can't say. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Are they still in trouble? I don't know. Some people are really happy. Some people are looking at the story from this perspective. They're saying, well, getting a ton of money from an investor shows that someone believes in the alliance. Someone thinks this has a lot of promise. I'm not that trusting. I don't. It's possible, but a rich businessman saw it as a cheap investment. I mean, cheap relative to other things. It's cheaper than he bought the team for. Maybe he saw this as a chance to make his money back. I don't know. I feel like I'm talking about an episode of Shark Tank. But I don't know. You could say he put a lot of money into the league because he believed in it. You could also say he paid $250 million so he could have control over this new league and see what he can do with his new toy. And maybe that's nothing to him. I don't know. So we'll see what happens. But the story that a guy had to come in and save the AAF and give them a ton of money just so that they could make payroll, I'm not pretending to know the money stuff. I have no idea. But it does make me very uneasy. I don't like living paycheck to paycheck. I do right now. It's not fun. I can't imagine a business doing that that's profitable. That just, not a fan. You want to have a lot of capital, and I guess they do now, but they got to make capital. They need to bring in money with the product they have created. Their ad revenue, their merchandise, their ticket sales. They need to become a self-sustaining business, and right now, it sounds like they're not. I don't know. I mean, look, they just started. There's time, but I don't know. I don't see anybody in the stands, and I don't know if that matters, but it seems to matter, so who knows? My name is Zach Schaumler. This is my podcast, Strong Opinion Sports. It is my favorite thing in the entire world, and I want to ask for your help. I want this show to grow. I want more people to watch and more people to listen to this podcast. My dream is to do this show as my full-time job. I want to own it myself. I want to do it on the internet and have complete control. I don't want to do it for CBS or ESPN. I don't want to work for a big network. I want to own it myself. And if you believe in that dream, please do me a huge favor. Help me grow by telling your friends about this podcast. Share it on Facebook, share a link on Twitter. Maybe you screenshot it, put it on Instagram. I don't have a marketing strategy beyond this. This is all I have. You know, a lot of people, one of the most common comments I get on YouTube is, you have great content. We love your stuff. You deserve more viewers. What you should do is you should buy ad spaces on Facebook or Twitter or promote yourself and buy ads. I have no money. I am a broke college kid. I can't buy ad spaces. I don't have money to pay for books. And so my plan, this is my marketing plan. This is my strategy. All I plan to do is put every ounce of effort I have into making the very best podcast I can. I believe if I make a great product that people believe in, that people like, then they will share it with their friends. And so if you agree with that, if you believe in the show, if you like what I do, please do me a huge favor. Tell your friends about it. Help me grow by telling your friends about the show. I'm done. I feel like a used car salesman. It feels gross. I just try to be honest with you guys. And as always, please, if you believe in what I do, help me grow by telling your friends about this podcast.